Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm so excited to share this video with you because it is a highly requested video all about how I curl my hair. So if you want to learn how to get big, volume filled curls, waves, whatever these are, whatever I've got going on, then please keep watching. Hello and thank you so much for watching this video. I am so thrilled to film this for you today because despite what my hair looks like right now, I get asked all the time how I do my hair, how I curl my hair, all the things. So I'm so happy to have you in my bathroom with me today to curl our hair. So it's so funny, I actually filmed like my very first YouTube video, very first like any kind of tutorial video back in 2012. I did a like wavy hair tutorial and I watched it the other day. I don't remember like why or how I stumbled upon it, but oh, I just wish I could have hugged that version of myself, that version of MB, because she looked so different. She was just in a different season and chapter of her life, and when I was watching that, I was like brought back to my apartment that I was living in Chicago at the time, and just like that phase of my life that I was in. It was a very transformative year of my life, and oh, I just wish I could have hugged her. But I'm here today and better for it, and so I'm grateful for all that that season had brought me through. And as I was watching that video, I realized I still curl my hair the exact same way as I did in 2012. Maybe my tools have updated since then or have been updated since then, but the way in which I curl my hair is the exact same way, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna walk you through literally every single thing that I use. You don't have to have all of these things. You can simply just use the technique that I use with whatever you have available. To start, I use the T3 Micro. This is, they're like interchangeable styling wand. So I got this at Sephora years ago. It's still for sale, you can still buy it. And what you get is you purchase in this kit, it's the wand, the base here, and this little part moves, so it locks and unlocks, and you can change out the barrels. So if you buy it within the kit, and I'll link it below for you if you would like to purchase it or at least check it out, you get these 3 different extensions. So you get a 1-inch straight barrel. I believe it's a 1-inch straight barrel. And then you also get this tapered barrel. So this starts at like 1.25 inches and goes down to 0.75. I don't use this one as much, to be honest. I just I guess maybe haven't gotten the hang of how I should be using it properly, but it just doesn't curl my hair in the way that I like it. So I don't really use this one as much. And then you also get this 1.5-inch barrel, straight barrel, and I like this one a lot. I'll use that a lot. So in like the kit, you get those 3 extensions, and then you can also buy just like a regular curling iron extension, which is what this is. This is a 1.25 barrel, and I actually had my husband just like remove the clamp of the curling iron so I could make this into a wand, because I didn't really use like the curling iron function of it as much. I liked that I could just use it as a wand. So I use a wand to curl my hair, okay? And hair right now, you guys, is dirty. Today is Friday. I have not washed my hair since Monday. It still curls from yesterday. When I sleep, I use these little hair coils. I'll link those below too if you want. And when I sleep, so this is my hair just today. This is curled from yesterday. I did not do anything to my hair today. And when I sleep with my hair, my poor husband, I sleep with my hair on the top of my head. I'll sleep with it, like I'll just kind of like wrap it around itself in like a little bun. Very messy, not cute at all. And I will just sleep, gosh, this piece. I will just sleep with my hair like this in a bun. Okay, so that's like how I sleep with it. And what I like about these little hair coils is it doesn't kink your hair. Then when I take my hair out in the morning, it's like very like full, has a lot of volume already because of the way in which that I slept with my hair wrapped up. I hope that that makes sense. So to start, I always brush out my hair. I have this paddle brush. It's from the Green Brush, and I like it a lot. I will just brush through my hair, kind of getting out any net and all of that. And as I'm curling my hair today, you guys, I thought it would be fun to do a Q&A video as well, because I've had some people reach out and ask me some questions, so we are going to do that. So guys, like, oh, my hair is so dirty, so dirty. So I just quickly brush through it with this brush, and I like using this brush because I think it gives my hair a lot of volume. So I just kind of brush through it. Great. And then I just use a little clip like this. You can get these literally anywhere. I have a million of them. And then the first thing I do is pull my hair up. So like I'll do kind of like a half up, half down. I'll separate my hair in half. And then I will twist this and pin it up on the top of my head, okay? Now, to curl my hair, I will divide this section in half and pull all of my hair forward. Okay, so I have all of this hair now in front. I take my brush again, quickly brush through it. Then I basically just split this section in half from top to bottom. Okay, now I have my wand. I like to take, so I'm curling the left side of my head right now, and I have my wand in my right hand. I will take my wand and bring it over my head and behind, okay? So, over my head and behind, and I point it facing down. So it's at the back of my head, my hair is in front of it, and then I just wrap my hair around the wand, and I leave a little bit out at the end. Okay, I like to have the ends of my hair straight. And what's nice about T3 is this heats up really quickly, and you can choose, I think there are 5 different heat settings. I sometimes will toggle between the 3rd and the 4th. I've never used the highest heat. And then I like to just tap the hair on top. As soon as I can feel that heat come through, I let this go, and I let it go in like a little ringlet. And then I just put this to the back. So we're gonna let this cool, and we're gonna put that to the back. Now I have the bottom half. Again, coming over here, be super careful of your ears. Coming over here, my wand is above my head towards the back of the hair, and I'm just wrapping my hair around, okay? I always wrap my hair away from my face. I know there are some people who will do like kind of a combination of both. They'll wrap some towards their face, some away. I wrap all of my hair away from my face. I just like how it looks that way, and I like how it kind of all settles in. So again, I'm gonna touch this, feeling that heat come through, and I just gently slide the wand out of the curl, and I let it, like, leave it in the ringlet. It's not gonna stay like that. We just like to let it cool in the ringlet, okay? So here's what those 2 pieces look like. And then I'll find like little bits and pieces that I'll go back in and curl. I'm gonna do the same thing on the right side. And as I do that, I'm going to start answering your questions. So question number 1 is, what are your tips on waking up early? So if you know me, you know that I am an early riser. I love getting up early, and this will probably be an annoying answer, but okay, so again, now I have it in my left hand at the back of my hair. This is my right hand, and I'm just wrapping away from my face. Okay, I'm gonna let that do its thing while I answer your question. So what are your tips on waking up early? So I've always been a morning person, which I know is like so annoying to hear, but I've always just been one who likes to get up early. I like to have a morning routine. I think that's really helpful. And I would say my tips for getting up early, like, why do you want to get up early? What is the intention of getting up earlier? First, kind of understanding that for yourself. And then once you understand that, start small. So say that you normally get up at 7:30 every day. Do your best to set your alarm for 5 minutes earlier, so 7:25, and work your way backwards. That way and I'm just pulling this out now. That way your body gets used to waking up early and it's not so jarring. Okay, again, left hand, pointing it down, placing it behind my hair, and then just wrapping my hair backwards. Hope that that helps. How do you stay consistent with meditation? It's a great question. I would put the question back on you and say, why do you want to meditate to begin with? You know, what is your intention for meditation? I think that helps a lot. If you feel like meditation is just something that, oh, I just have to do it or I should do it, then of course your practice isn't going to be consistent because it's not meaningful to you. So why do you meditate? What is it that you're looking to your meditation practice for? Is it stress relief? Is it just that time with yourself? Is it you're trying to develop a morning routine? Whatever it is, ask yourself, why do I want to meditate? And I think having that answer, having that why, helps you show up. Helps you show up for yourself, helps you show up for your practice. Pulling this out gently, putting it behind me. Again, I will show you all of our pieces in the back. We're not gonna leave it like this. Get this little guy really quick. So I think that that's just helpful is, you know, why do you wanna meditate to begin with? What's the point of meditation in your life? And from there, if meditation is new to you, start small. Like same thing with the morning routine. Okay, now I'm gonna take kind of, I'm sectioning my hair in thirds. So now I'm taking the second portion. And again, the half up, half down. So I'm just running my thumbs along the sides of my head, gathering up the hair. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then twisting this and putting this on the top of my head, okay? Then same thing, coming in here, dividing it in half. My hair up here now is starting to get greasy. So I'm gonna start using dry shampoo. This is the dry shampoo that I use. It's by Hairdan. I got this on Amazon and I have it linked below for you if you'd like to check it out. I love this. They are non-toxic, cruelty-free, and vegan, and their ingredients are just super great. My only complaint about this is the applicator. I think it's kind of weird getting used to, weird using, but that's it. I mean, that's the only downfall. So I'll take this and just kind of shake it. Do I have it open? Shake it really close to my scalp and anywhere that I feel my hair is very oily. Okay, again, the applicator is just kind of weird to use. Don't love that. And then I just kind of like pat it into my scalp and I just let that do its thing while I curl my hair. So I just have dry shampoo on the sides here. Now I'm taking the entire section of straight hair that we just pulled out, and it's okay if you get like a little bit of the curled pieces in with this. And instead of splitting it top to bottom like we did before, I'm just gonna split this in half. So I have this whole section now, and I'm gonna split this in half. And I start with the section at the back, and again, wand in my right hand, this is my left hand, putting the wand behind my hair and wrapping my hair backwards. Back to meditation. So consistency, starting small. If you feel like you just need 3 minutes of either your morning or your evening or both to just chill out, and that's your meditation practice, great, make that a priority. Make it a priority of, you know, in meditation, you guys, I think we get caught up in like this idea of, oh, it has to be done in a certain way or it has to look a certain way. I have to be seated on the floor, you know, crystals surrounding me, incense burning, you know, my hands resting on my lap. And it's just like, no, you can meditate anywhere. And when I worked in my corporate job, okay, pulling that out, I would meditate in my car, like in the parking structure before I went into the office. Left hand, right hand, wand behind, wrapping it backwards, wrapping it away from my face. I would meditate in my car. I would sit in my car for 5 minutes before I go into the office and just focusing on my breath. And that was it. It doesn't have to be this like big grand thing. It's just, you know, again, what are you looking to meditation for? What are you striving for? What are you looking for? And if you have more questions on that, please like leave a comment and I will happily chat with you about this, because anything that I share, especially in things like breathwork and meditation, mindfulness, things like that, my goal always is to have this kind of practice be approachable for everyone, okay? So I think that, okay, I'm gonna pull this out. Again, leaving it in the ringlet, letting it cool. I think that when we think of things, you know, like yoga, like meditation, like breathwork, all of these things that seem very, not out there, but just lofty, like, oh, I have to, you know, it has to look and feel a certain way in order for me to do it right. No. The beautiful thing about having a meditation practice or a mindfulness practice or breathwork practice is it gets to be whatever you need it to be. Look at my hair right now, you guys. I can't believe anyone's even watching. So I hope that that's helpful. Again, please leave your questions, any other questions about that below. I'm so happy to answer that. How do you get your hair to look so gorgeous all the time? Right now, right? I'm sure that's what you're referring to. Well, thank goodness that you're watching this video. Hey guys, so as I'm editing this video, I had a couple other questions come in that I really wanted to answer. The first one is thoughts on drinking alcohol again someday. It's something that you'll never go back to. So if you are unfamiliar, I removed alcohol from my life in June of last year. So it's been about a year and a half now since I've had alcohol, and I removed it primarily for lifestyle reasons. It just wasn't aligning with the health and wellness goals that I had. I didn't like how it made me feel. I didn't like how deterred from the lifestyle that I wanted to live. I didn't like the person that I became when I drank alcohol, and so I decided to just stop drinking and just remove it from my life. In regard to this question of drinking alcohol again someday, I'm not gonna say that I will never, as of December 13th, 2019, that I will never consume alcohol again. I don't know, to be honest, and I think that that's okay. But for me, like, where I am like right now in my life, like I feel good without it. You know, I don't feel like I need it. I don't miss it, I don't crave it, I don't miss the person that alcohol made me, and maybe that will change. Maybe that will change one day sometime down the road, but I never believe in kind of confining yourself to a belief or a thought, especially if it's outdated for you and no longer serves you. So never say never, but where I'm at right now, I'm good. I hope that helps answer your question. And then the second question here is how to be non-judgmental when you're being mindful. I tend to judge my thoughts and action. So I'm assuming this is primarily directed at judging yourself, and I'm assuming, and not judging others. But so to define like being mindful, mindfulness and being mindful is truly just, you know, your ability as a human being to be completely aware of who you are and what you're doing. I think that it's beautiful that you're aware. You're very aware. I wouldn't even call it judgment. I would just say an awareness. You have an awareness of judging your thoughts or your actions, and that is so powerful. That's really, really powerful. And so when you're in those moments of, you know, you're judging yourself or judging your actions, I would, instead of saying like, oh gosh, I'm judging myself, oh, I have an awareness right now. Like I have an awareness, what is it that I need to learn from this? Like, what is this awareness trying to teach me? Am I falling back into old habits or patterns? I would use it kind of like as a checkpoint for yourself. Like, what is it that I need to learn here, to know here about, you know, person that I'm striving for in being mindful and in changing my thoughts and changing my actions. Try not to judge yourself for judging yourself, but instead just truly, again, take it as kind of a checkpoint of, oh wow, like I have this awareness right now of myself in this moment, and like what can I learn from this? How can I move forward in the direction that I actually want to go? I hope that that's helpful. If you meant being mindful in regard to judgment of others, I just want to address this really quickly too, just in case. So whenever we judge other people, we are noticing a part of ourselves that needs to be healed. So anytime that we feel judgment towards others, it's a indicator of something within us, in our system, that needs to be healed. So if you're, you know, trying to be more mindful of the way in which you judge others, when you do find yourself in a state of judgment, stop, have the awareness, and ask yourself, what is it about this person that I'm judging? What is it about this person or this situation or whatever it is? What is it about this person that I'm judging and why? And allow yourself to be really honest with yourself in that answer. So a lot of times we'll judge other people because we feel like, or we perceive that they have something that we don't. So in a state of comparison, or something like that. I love this that my friend Kat likes to say a lot. We cannot see something in another person that does not already exist in ourselves. So when we see that, you know, someone has, you know, something that we believe that we want in our own lives, or we perceive someone to have something that we think we need in our own lives, when you're recognizing that in another person, that's your soul recognizing it in yourself. And so again, taking kind of that checkpoint, that awareness of asking yourself why you're judging this person. What is this rooted in? Is it rooted in jealousy? Is it rooted in fear? Is it rooted in, like, what emotion is this rooted in? And ask yourself, like, what is it that I want in my life that I'm perceiving a lack in? What need do I need to have met that is being triggered right now from me judging this person or this situation, okay? I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. If that doesn't, or you wanna like chat more about it, please leave a comment below. Okay, back to the tutorial. Okay, do you have any advice for moving beyond something that is out of your control? That's a good one. I guess my first question to you would be, what are you trying to control? And my second question to you would be, why are you trying to control it? Are you trying to control a timeline or an expectation based on like societal wants and needs? You know, what is it that you feel like you have to control? And my second portion of this, and this probably won't resonate with everyone, but that's okay. Whenever I feel like I'm operating from a place of stress and fear and control and all of that, it's because I have an expectation how something should be based on what other people tell me I should be thinking about that particular topic. And so, so greasy. I promise it won't look so dirty when we brush it out. I'll answer your question in a second. This is what the back looks like. And then I always like to take a chunk from the middle and curl that. It doesn't matter what direction you curl it. When we get into feeling like we have to control something, it means that we're operating on a timeline that we think is correct. And honestly, like I say this from a place of having a spiritual practice. Last section now. Again, taking my brush. My hair is so dirty, you guys. And then on this top part here, I literally will just sprinkle my dry shampoo all over, let it sit for a second, and then I'll massage this into my scalp. Trying to control means that you think you know best. And I firmly believe, I don't care what you believe in, I just inhaled my dry shampoo, so that's good. I don't care if it's God, I don't care if it's spirit, I don't care what it is that you call it, but there is a higher power working in your favor. Always, always, always. And we get very caught up in fear-based belief, thinking that like we have control of everything, that we need to be in control of the timeline, things that happen, like should happen for us in a certain way. And I know with 100% certainty that everything in my life, literally everything in my life, is happening for me exactly as it should. And the same is for you. Every single thing, good or bad, positive or negative, whatever it is happening for you exactly as it should. And I feel like when we get caught up in things that are like out of our control, it's because we are trying to meet an expectation that we're seeing or hearing from others. And it's like, okay, what is this thing that I'm going through, this season that I'm in, that I'm trying to manipulate and control and, you know, work in favor of the timeline that I have for myself? I have dry shampoo all over my face. What is this here to teach me and show me? I'm gonna keep being in this season, in this chapter, and whatever it is until I learn what I need to learn. So what is this that's here to show me? For me personally, I'm at a point in my life where like literally every single one of my friends, people that I'm close with, have kids, and we don't have kids yet. And we're kind of like the last amongst, sorry to get like super personal with you, but like we're like the last among, you know, our group to have kids. And honestly, there have been points in time for me that I have felt like, oh, I need to be controlling this. We need to be doing what everyone else is doing. We should be having kids by now. And it's just like, that will happen when it's supposed to happen. Okay, now this is the rest of my hair. Again, I'm gonna take the pieces that aren't curled, section up here, divide this in half. And let's get to curling as I answer, sorry. Again, one in the back, curling away from my face. We get very caught up in meeting other people's expectations of us. When I think of things that I've tried to control or manipulate in my life that truly are out of my control, that I really cannot control, I give it up. I pray over it. And I just say, God, spirit, universe, whatever it is, again, it doesn't matter what you believe in. Please help me to see this differently. Please help me to see this season, this chapter, this experience for how I need to see it, not how I want to see it. And truth be told, like with the kid thing, and maybe people resonate with this, maybe they don't, but again, I'm leading my ringlets to just cool as they are. With the kid thing, you know, I know for 100% that I am in a chapter in a season where I'm doing a lot of work on myself right now. A lot of work in building my business, a lot of work in just who I am as a person. I know that when we do have kids one day, that it'll be at the exact perfect time, and that right now, in the season that I'm in, the chapter that I'm in, I get to be the best version of myself. I get to be the best version of me for my husband, the best version of me for me, and the best version of me for my future kids. Grab this little straight piece right here. And yeah, it can be frustrating, it can be lonely, it can be annoying to feel like you're left out and feeling like, gosh, like everyone around me is doing this thing and I'm not in it. And it's like, okay, I could sit there and dwell on that, or I could say, what do I need to learn from where I'm at right now? How can I be so present, so focused, so dedicated to what this very moment, which is truly all that I have, what does this need to show me and teach me about that thing that I ultimately want, you know? And it's just like, that's what we can control, how we get to show up, to things that we can't control. What a gift. I hope that answers your question. Please feel free to message me or DM me if you want to chat more through that. Like I said, like I don't know like what you're going through, but I hope that that's at least a little bit helpful. See, when you feel unaligned, what are a few steps that you take to feel back into alignment? I love this question. Thank you for answering, or thank you for asking this. When I feel out of alignment, the very first thing that I do is allow myself to feel out of alignment. I acknowledge the feeling that I'm in. I love Gabby Bernstein and her latest book, Super Chapter. She has a really, really cool like emotional response scale. Actually, I'm gonna go find that. Okay, I'm back. All my little ringlets now are just cooling, and as they cool, I'm gonna finish answering these questions. So, okay, this is Super Chapter. She has this emotional guidance scale, is in her Have Fun Along the Way chapter. And what this is basically a scale for how we have our emotions. And so it starts with joy, appreciation, and power, freedom, love. Like that's like the epitome of the highest high that we can feel. And then at the very bottom here, it's fear, grief, desperation, despair, powerlessness. So anytime that I feel out of alignment, it's usually where I'm in kind of the frustration, irritation, impatience, overwhelm, again, kind of that controlling. And I allow myself to be in that, and not like allow myself to be in it and like be, you know, rude to the world and take things out on everyone, though sometimes that happens and I'm human. But I allow myself to just be present with it. So say I'm going through something super annoying and frustrating, sometimes I'll say to myself like, this is really annoying. Like this is super frustrating right now. And I allow myself to feel it. When you allow yourself to feel it and be in it, you start to get your power back from it. Most of us, we don't like feeling our feelings and it's just the society and culture we live in. We're very distracted, we're very overstimulated, so we're not used to having to feel. And we do have to feel, we look for the quickest way out. My biggest advice to you would be, first and foremost, allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, and then slowly working your way out of that emotion, okay? So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, and according to this guidance scale, if I'm feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, I'm not gonna suddenly feel passionate the next second. So the next kind of tier up from that is just feeling contentment and feeling hopeful. So allowing myself to feel frustrated, to feel overwhelmed, to feel all those feelings. And then as I do, that starts to dissipate. And it's like, okay, now what can I welcome in next? Next I can welcome in, okay, I surrender, I give it up. It is what it is. When I do that, and it's like, okay, now I'm just like, I'm not over it, but I'm not as mad about it or frustrated about it, so I'm just starting to feel kind of just like content. It happened, it is what it is, let's move on. From there, I start to feel hopeful, I feel optimistic. So again, it's taking those steps every step of the way and allowing yourself to be in it. Let your body feel. We don't let our bodies feel enough, truly. So this is what my hair looks like. Again, I'm just kind of like letting these top pieces cool down a little bit. Last few questions. How did you first discover breathwork? Great question. So I discovered breathwork last October. I was out in San Diego at Pays to Be Brave, Angie Lee's event, with my babe tribe. Shout out to Kat, Jenna, and Amanda. And Sam Scully came on the stage, and I had I think just started following her. I didn't really know a lot about her. I didn't really know anything about breathwork. She told us that she was going to teach us how to breathe, and I was like, what? And she took us through this 10-minute breathwork exercise, us just sitting in our seats. And in that 10 minutes, I was laughing, I was crying, I was feeling, all of the emotions, and suddenly she brought us out and I had no clue what happened. I just had gone through this whole experience, and I just knew. I knew that it was gonna be in my life somehow. I was just so moved by the entire experience that I just knew that it was gonna be in my life. My babe tribe and I went back out to California in March, I wanna say, of this year, for Lori Harder's event, the Bliss Project, and Sam was there again, did breathwork again, and I was like, okay, yes. This is my second sign now. And in the summer, Sam had opened up a facilitator training for breathwork, and I was like, done. I mean, there was no question. And it's truly what I feel like is my calling to this world. I love it. It is just such a magical experience to facilitate for people and big things coming with it in 2020. Really big things. How do you and your husband navigate living different lifestyles if you are plant-based and he is not? That's an awesome question. Thank you so much for asking that. When I met my husband, I was vegetarian at the time. I was not vegan, I was vegetarian, you know, which he respected. And I think that that was like a really great way for us to kind of start understanding each other, because like I was still eating like cheese and like things like that at that point in time. So like we would go out for like pizzas and like things like that. Then I transitioned into a vegan lifestyle like right before we got married. And when we first got married, I was like, I'm gonna be the best wife ever. I'm gonna cook him meat and I'm gonna like do all these things. And I think it lasted like maybe 2 weeks into our marriage. All right, these are cool now. So then I just take my hands, you guys, and just like literally comb through my hair. And I'll do one side first so you can see the difference. So I think it just really comes down to just respect. Like respecting the individual in your partnership, in your marriage, in your relationship. Okay, so I just combed through this side I have not. And as you can see, it's like super bouncy and lots of volume. And I just kind of like run my fingers through it, kind of separate the pieces a little bit. Okay, so I comb through this side is not. I think it's just about respect. And you know, he respects, like I am the only plant-based person in his family, in my family, and you know, he just respects that that's just the way in which I eat. And I am not ever one to say, well, oh, like I'm vegan or I eat a certain way and like he needs to eat a certain way. Like that's not fair. We're not the same person. We don't have the same need when it comes to diet and things like that, and lifestyle and things like that. So, you know, it's respect. He respects the fact that like if he wants to have meat or cook meat, like he will buy it himself. I won't buy it. I won't cook it. I just can't. But he'll do that for himself. And in all honesty, like a lot, if not the majority of our meals that we have when we cook at home are plant-based. So it's just a respect thing. And I respect that he eats the way that he eats, and you know, it's his body, it's my body, and it is what it is. So, okay. All right, you guys, I think those are all my questions. My last one's a great one to end on. How the hell do you do your hair? It looks gorgeous. I know all the secrets. Well, you guys just got all of my secrets. Literally, that's all I do. And I just will kind of like brush through it, give it a little volume at the top, and just kind of like pull it out. But that's it. And like as my hair continues to kind of cool, these little ringlets and stuff will kind of fall nicer and that. But that is the final look. Here it is from the back. Just lots of body and volume, and I love it. So hope this was helpful for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in my bathroom. And if you would like to see more tutorials like this, please let me know. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.